So looking at yesterday, 1 minute, right? We had a lot slower than the prior day, but right, still some entries that were available. Teal support break with blue precision, right? You see the volatility coming in. That's not too bad of an entry, but understand why I didn't take it. The IV was too high. Instead, I would have wanted to see a continuation structure, right? Um, I didn't want to get trapped within the wedge. There was a good chance we were going to get trapped within the wedge that day, or yesterday. So knowing that, it was best just to wait for continuation structure or the following play, which was this teal break, orange precision, right? This is something you should have been watching for. Remember what I was talking about, how the buyers reclaim ranges with the main algorithms. Seeing that teal break with orange precision, that's something that you definitely could be looking to take long with. And again, there's a starter along within this area. It's just not ideal because we had the pink above as well. So it's more ideal to catch it than with this teal here, which ends up breaking properly with uh, reclaiming this range. So you can understand that, right? And there were clues prior. I mean, just look at the chop here, right? This went nowhere. So when you see stuff like that, you understand that this is an accumulation phase. You see the buyers appear, precision still breaking through teal. You expect volatility at areas like this when you know they're attempting to reclaim ranges, okay? Very simple. And then through the rest of the day, we never close the cup at the high day. But again, you see buyers appearing after accumulating, right? So buyers appear with teal break, green precision. See how you can just wait for the precisions to appear to break teal. You don't need to be trading the in between, no reason to. And then all the way down is a grind. Still not closing cups here and not breaking the main yellow. If you want to, you can scalp it. That is possible, right? There's definitely a precision that appears back within range, but better to wait then just for end of day yellow break. And then from there, we started to sell in the after hours. Okay. So yeah, we will see what happens from that. But I want to get into the daily now. Daily, we retested the bottom Bollinger Band. You'll see I have some algos that have lined up here. The magenta and the pink. Are where the major breakouts are to occur. We've had it retested this magenta. Don't use these daily algos for intraday trading. They aren't going to work like that. Um, they're more so going to work. You'll see the structure in the 1 minute, but they are to tell me um, the longer term trajectory. So they aren't going to be so efficient on a 1 minute chart. But I want you to see the volatility currently, even in the daily, right? There are sellers here in this green precision, right? So currently the trend is a downtrend, right? 5 days cross under the 20-day. And we've retested this bottom Bollinger Band. So ideally, we do return back to the 5-day MA as the um, bottom Bollinger Band then starts to trend down, and we start to get this downtrend to happen, right? This is what you'd watch, right? 5-day being above, right? And the bottom Bollinger Band below. So that's what we'll be watching for, and you'll see it occur with the magenta as well. But again, this is um, that's just how downtrends work, right? So today then, I want you to go to the 30-minute now. We are definitely going to be watching that orange break here. This orange break here ideally tells me that the sellers are done selling for now. Um, I would like to see us return back to the 5-day MA, which is about around this area. It'll likely be down here. Um, but I want you to watch that, right? If we get this break here, we may see that retest. Yeah, so there it is. Something definitely to keep in mind. And if we get back to the 5-day MA, don't expect much for the rest of the day. It's just be very, very careful of over trading before um, we build more liquidity and we get back to a safety point. So if it happens right off the open, it's just going to be safer to wrap up. But right, so what we'll watch is to see if we have continuation within the orange or a breakout of orange back to the 5-day MA. That's what you should really be watching for today. The larger structures, so this head and shoulder, more likely to be attempted next week. The larger inverted, the pink algos closing cups and forming this handle also more likely to form next week. Um, so your wedge today is likely between these two pink and blue algos. The larger wedge could get all the way up to here, but don't expect it to get that high today. So could be wrong. Catalyst could come out and change everything. So you're prepared. We already got that down in the morning analysis. So yeah, just keep an eye on that orange algo. And yeah, now we'll look at the 1 minute, see what we get. I should clarify too. I do expect the attempt at 5-day MA. We may get an early bear flag before the retest. If we do neither within the first hour, expect price to wedge right below the 5-day MA. So looking at the my chart, the 1 minute, if we do not go to test here, or we do not form an early head and shoulder bear flag of some sort, right? Could even do this. This is also completely fine. Within the first hour, if neither of these things happen, right? Do nothing. It'll be so much safer to just wait for next week. Okay, we got some buyers right off the open. If we do retest the 5-day MA, so this is very soon, so there will be an attempt. So let me clarify. If we retest this upper 5-day MA, obviously we'll look for continuation structure, right? But if we get trapped here and we don't have any selling um, by the first hour and we just start chopping around within this area, just be very careful. All right. Yeah, so keep an eye on that 30-minute. You'll see that we are pushing out of the orange selling now. Okay, so ideally, before even looking short, right, we find the seller precision. Currently, it's just this teal, which is not what you want to be taking puts with. I want you to glance at the multi-layout, look at the 5-minute. This will help you a lot if you have problems reading trend, right? Look at the EMA cloud, look at the 5-minute candle prints, right? We've got aggressive buying, right? Remember, green cloud, steeper the cloud, the stronger the trend, vice versa if it's red. Check out the cues, see where that's at. Still just selling within the teal, still buying up within this orange, the main orange, right? Not much to be looking to enter on quite yet. I'd instead prefer this all here to be liquidity, right? Be better if we get something to form up like this, or if it needs to take longer, right? You'd see magenta appear. Oops. Okay, so far just buying up in the orange, right? You'll see I've placed a magenta here. Magenta is possibly containing price, but I want you to more so understand that it's still buying within the orange. So ideally, you wait for the retest of either 5-day MA or the head and shoulder to form with the magenta, right? So all our liquidity is within this magenta. Let me recolor that. And ideally, you could see a head and shoulder form up here. Or if it does still need to take longer than the first break, you could just wait for cups to close, right? Okay, so far I don't see much. Um, Ideally, we're gonna wait for some activity to come in. All right, so there's some good volume here, right? But what we need to see is a precision appearing. The buyers need to hold this point, right? Ideally, we get a head that forms above to grab this liquidity here, but I want you to pay attention to a precision appearing, okay? So we've tested the lowest print of 5-day MA here. Keep in mind, we are still buying within the orange, but we may be tapering within magenta. Watch the orange. Magenta will be lined up with this. So precision appearing with magenta, the green precision appearing on magenta resistance, right? This is possible, so just watch for it. Makes it a lot easier if you understand what's happening, right? You see magenta, you see the green precision. Okay, so that stops me out there. I was able to see the position on the orange break. You could see the precision, right? Not too bad of a position to take. Right, this was the structure I was following. Now you're watching to see if this retracement does occur here. It's no longer selling within the green. It could be contained by pink, right? Teal is the dominant seller currently. Not so ideal to be holding your short within teal, especially when it's contained by pink here, right? So just keep that in mind. I'm no longer in position. Instead, I am going to watch to see if the sellers reactivate below and attempt to grab liquidity with magenta here. Just be wary of this point here, right? This is where the easy down is, so I'd like to see a stronger precision appear, stronger than teal, right? So I want green precision to appear to attempt to grab this. Otherwise, be very careful of a bounce here. Not able to break magenta out of green. Just be a bit more careful here, right? Green is attempting to push under pink. Magenta support here. If it's not able to consistently hold, allow for more confirmation. Right? You can see prices. Uh, Buyers are attempting to hold, sellers are also attempting. Makes it very difficult, right? So if you're trying to enter right at the support level without a breakthrough yet, you've got to be careful. We're now no longer in green or teal with magenta support. Make sure you are looking at this zoomed out and trying to understand that the green isn't consistently holding. It's teal, and now teal has broken, not breaking out of the magenta. So this becomes very difficult to trade then, right? In this area, be very, very careful. Ideally to go long, right? Buyers precision appears, breaking out of pink here. Ideally to go short, we get a break and retrace. This is also completely fine to wait for. Otherwise, if it's not clear, allow for the inverse cup to close, right? Or vice versa, the bulls break out of this 5-day MA and retrace uh, as support, either as the head or right shoulder. Right, so the soonest is identifying buyer's precision on pink break, right? You need to see a precision. Yeah, so far, not much happening on a Friday, right? You can see that. Remember what we talked about. If we lack continuation, so if we do not break out of this, as simple as this, truthfully, if we don't break out of these areas here, and color these white, we're going nowhere, right? Now, if we get to here, this is what you'd want to watch for, and vice versa, what you'd want to watch for, right? So it is as simple as waiting for these. If you are busy or want to get out of here, I would suggest setting alerts at um, the either at the 5-day MA or yellow 687, as you can see, that's likely where a retest would occur before 5-day MA becomes support in the structure, or just at low day for the inverse cup to close. Um, Currently, it's not worth your time. Obviously, anything you take. So here you see a precision has appeared, right? Could you get an entry? It's always possible as long as the precision is close enough to where your stop loss can be managed on breakouts. If it's not close enough, allow for more confirmation, allow for a retrace after the breakout, right? If it stays within the range, be very careful of that. You do not want to be trapped in a trade that's still within this range, right? So this would be considered an inside structure here. It's not very ideal, right? That's why you wait for the break and retrace, allow the sellers to show you that they're here, right? But again, with now you have the magenta here, green precision here. It's possible, just it's lower quality. It's if you're gonna take anything here, just scale down for it. All right, so there it is. Just protect, you'll be fine. So not too hard to see. You have the green precision. Right. I was able to take a smaller position here. Uh, Probably be my last position until the wedge closes, or right, a cup closes, sorry. Yeah, and that stops me out. I'm not holding after green break, so. Okay, so you can already understand then, we are likely trapped within a wedge. Uh, there's no reason to be overtrading this. It's just, it's not worth your time. I promise you. Um, Wrap up, wait for the break and retrace. Anything you take before. Okay, let's say we're to break pink here. Do you see a stronger precision appearing, right? Is it the blue? Is it the green? Blue is fine. Green is best. Sure, you could look for the long there, right? If you don't see that, right, and you see a slower grind out of this, wait. Wait for the buyers to appear and then wait for this retrace. Simple as that. Now, for any put opportunity, I will tell you it's going to be safest for the inverse cut to close. It's not worth your time to trade this. I can tell you that now. Um, just be patient. All right. This actually does tell me that there is likely a stronger algo within control here as well. So I will be making a tutorial on algos very soon, only for members though, so it will be a exclusive video for you guys. But I will be making that probably either this weekend or next weekend, so do keep an eye out for that. Yeah, so those videos, I'll probably have to make a few of them. There'll be a separate series of training videos that comes out for you guys. So just keep that in mind. Um, Give me some time as I finish up the first one, right? The series I got going on now. Um, Once that's complete, we'll have so much more coming out just for exclusive members. You'll see I've placed the yellow though. I expect a larger taper to occur, right? This is meant because we have failed to break and retrace out of this magenta. This tells me there is likely a stronger algo within control, right? So technically for the bulls, pink is just fine still um, for a breakout, but there will be a stronger tapering pink selling algo that appears. Its usage just won't be until later on in the day. Okay, again, with any buying that occurs, identify the precision, right? I could see that there's a possibility of this blue being here, so I mark it out. Anytime you look to go long, you look with for precision. If the precision does not hold, you would not hold this trade, right? So that means it's not buying in blue. This is a large selling candle. Right back to VWAP. Right, that's smack dab middle of the range. Just be very cautious. Don't get caught in all the traps. Obviously, there's an attempt for the green precision here. Just be very, very cautious, right? Always try to make out the structure in any trade you see with the algo breaks. Do you see a proper structure here? If not, there's probably not a trade then. Yeah, just be careful, right? Again, it's going to be safest to just wait for the 5-day MA to become support, right? Again, I'll mark out the precision here. Just be cautious if you do decide to take anything. Yep, so very choppy Friday. Just remember this. Set your alerts for it, right? You'll see this range has developed now. So remember what I was talking about early. We're just stuck within here currently. All right. So wait for this. You can't go wrong. If we do end up developing a larger head and shoulder, right? So you would see that this would appear, and I'll color this as blue. If we end up getting this later on today, that's something I would like to see. All right, can you see the possibility? Okay, so at this point, it's time to wrap up. Everybody, hopefully you've had a successful week. You guys can see clearly it's choppy. I was hoping we'd get a nice either a nice breakout of that 5-day MA or we'd get a nice sell-off, right? Neither of which happened. Within the first hour, we're just chopping under the 5-day MA, right? So what does that mean for you? Wrap up, right? Come back later on today if you want to see a trade. It's going to happen probably near power hour. Um, Check in like a 2-hour interval. That's the best thing you can do. Um, I will be giving more time management advice too in this next trading video, or training video. So be on the lookout for that. That will likely come out Saturday. Okay. All right, guys. I'm gonna get on out of here. I'll have some stuff posted for you guys to read through by the end of today as well. So be on the lookout for that. Um, if you have any feedback to give me feedback, I'd love to hear it. Um, I'm fine if it's not if you're critiquing me. I want to hear it, right? So don't feel bad to say anything that you would think I would find as an insult. I don't. So um, help me help you better, right? All right, guys. I'm gonna get on out of here. Take care.